Does it ever frustrate you in the morning that you have to wake up at like 6:15, maybe 5:30, I don't know what time you wake up, to go to work? You're in your car, you're not feeling it, it's a Wednesday, it's a Thursday. If you're from a northern country, maybe it's snowing outside, it's January. You ever wonder, why do we have to do this? Why do we have to go to work like this at a job we may or may not like? But even if you like your job, you might not always feel like going and working 5 days a week, kind of like a slave to the system. Does it ever occur to you that some people do not have to do this at all? Some people wake up, in their cottage or their home, which is like on the French Riviera. They have a plane instead of a car. They have butlers. They never had to go to school. Why? Because these people inherited money. Because these people inherited wealth. Is that fair? Let's talk about the wealth gap for a second here. There was an article that came out recently from Forbes, which I'd like to just kind of pass on a few of the tidbits of information that was contained in it about wealth inequality in the world. So, I'm reading it here. Almost half of the world's wealth is now owned by just 1% of the population. The wealth of the 1% richest people in the world amounts to $110 trillion. That's 65 times the total wealth of the bottom half of the world's population. The bottom half of the world's population owns the same as the richest 85 people in the world. About 3.5 billion people have as much wealth as 85 people in the world. 7 out of 10 people live in countries where economic inequality has increased in the last 30 years. The richest 1% increased their share of income in 24 out of 26 countries for which we have data between 1980 and 2012. Finally, in the US, the wealthiest 1% captured 95% of post-financial crisis growth since 2009, while the bottom 90% became poorer. We are getting poorer. We, the people, are getting poorer, and the rich keep getting richer. And this is because they stack the game in their favor. They are literally the casino. We can maybe win here and there within the casino. You can walk in and have a lucky night, but that's exactly what it is. It's a lucky night. But in this casino of life, we never have the chance to leave the casino. Now, of course, I'm going to apply this to humanism and to religion, and I just want to point out how fundamentally irreligious this is, and how a lot of the countries that have this wealth inequality actually claim to be religiously upright. So in the United States, for example, which we'll say for the sake of argument is a Christian nation, do you think Jesus would have agreed with this type of wealth gap? I recall a story of him walking into the temple in Jerusalem and flipping over tables left and right and saying, there should be no money changers here. Jesus was against that kind of wealth. Jesus fought for the poor, the needy, the prostitutes, the people that had nothing in the world. I firmly believe from my years of studying religion that Jesus would have been the type of person that wanted to spread the wealth to everyone. Doesn't mean we can't have rich or poor people, but a divide like this makes absolutely no sense. Same thing in Islam. In Islam, it's supposed to be a community of equals. Everybody works together for an equal community. And yet, I don't think that Saudi prince is living like an equal. They're all driving Ferraris and Lamborghinis down there, It's all oil money, and it's all inherited. These people didn't even earn this money, just like in the States. A lot of these people just inherited this money. They did nothing to actually earn it. And finally, in humanism, if we are one species of equal humans who are basically, who must succumb to the conditions of Earth, then we're all in it together. So how can we allow money to divide us like this? And honestly, more than race, culture, language, nationality, whatever, Financial distribution and wealth is what separates us the most, and it is a completely fabricated, social aspect. We need to get away from this. We can live without this wealth divide. It is unnecessary. I don't understand why people like the Waltons or, Bill Gates or the Koch brothers, or name your billionaires, okay? Why is it that if you have $50 billion, why do you need $60 billion? What is that extra $10 billion going to allow you to buy? What are you going to get yourself a full-plated gold suit? Like, how does this work? So why don't these people, share? Oh, it's socialism. Oh, no, socialism. Yes, it's good. There should be a certain limit on how much money certain people can have. Because again, when you are driving to your job, even if you like it, but you don't feel like it that morning, just think of those people who own 17 houses, who own, 3 jets and 5 Lamborghinis, have never gone to school, have never worked for their money at all. They were just born into, the genetic lottery or the lottery of birth, and they won it. How fair is that? Jesus wouldn't be down, Muhammad wouldn't be down, Buddha wouldn't be down, and you shouldn't be down.